I just want to do a comparison with two of my AR-15s that I have, and I have a few of them, but these two right here are my top two. So if anybody's interested on going out and purchasing ARs, I just want to give a little bit of advice, maybe what is comfortable for you, depending on what you're going to have it for, self-defense, also target practice, walking in the woods with it, or etc. So this is just from my experience. Again, it's my opinion. Everybody's different. So here we go. The first one is a Stag Arms, and it's a Stag 15, and this was purchased a few years ago. This is one of the originals that came out, actually, and it has a diamond head forearm with Picatinny rail and a sight mark red dot. So, you know, it's not the best red dot sight, but it works. And as you can see here, it has K Industries for a magazine, which are really nice. The K Industries, I think they're pretty well built. And this gun right here, the Stag Arms, is really, really well built. So if anybody purchases Stag Arms, you're getting a very good quality AR. It's really, it's extremely, not extremely heavy, but there's some weight to it. So if you're interested in getting one of these, they actually went up in price, because I think this one was maybe $6.99 at the time, a little over $700 maybe with tax and stuff. And then I bought it new, and believe it or not, this one has very little rounds in it. So if you're going to buy any AR, I recommend on getting a sling, a gun sling, and you know, you can put it over your shoulder, and it actually reduces the weight from carrying these, because this Stag Arm is kind of heavy, you know, and if you put accessories on it or anything like that, it's going to put some more weight on it, and you're just gonna, it's going to kill you after a while, you know, if you're carrying it anywhere. So has adjustable buttstock, of course. You just push that in and go back and forth like that. Simple flash hider, and then, like I said, you can take the red dot off and add some flip up sights, whatever you want. But when you compare this one over here that I show you, it's a considerably amount of weight to it. So, and they are empty. So just want to let you know, there's no bullets in it, no 223s or 5.56s or whatever. So this is a multi, and this is a multi-caliber. So you could either use 223 or 5.56. So either or. If you're going to go buy an AR, I highly recommend on getting a multi-caliber, because instead of sticking with a 223, if you just bought a 223 AR, you can't use 5.56. There's no way. The combustion's different, and the chamber of the head of the bullet, it's just a slightly different, and you could ruin your rifle. So so get the multi-caliber. It's, you know, pretty much the same price out there, but make sure you get the multi-caliber with a 223 or 5.56 you know, ammunition that you could use. So I recommend on getting a little bit better quality if you want to get the aluminum magazine. There are good polymer magazines out there, and you know, I have a bunch of them, and they work. But if you want a really good one that's going to last you a long time, with good followers and all that, spring followers, they do the job, and they'll last. So this is a heavy duty build with a heavy barrel. As you can see, it has the heavy barrel on it. Okay, and it is the 1-in-9 twist NATO on it. But again, it is definitely a multi-caliber. It says 5.56 on there, but you could use either or. There you go. This one here is a Diamondback, and it's called the DB-15. And as you can see, it has flip-up sights, cheap flip-up sights, nothing spectacular, but you know, they work. So you just flip them up like that. Push that little lever down on the side there, and then there's one in the front here. You know, so has a stainless steel barrel, which is nice. You know, it's not this heavy duty barrel on the Stag. This one here has a C Products Defense in the magazine, which is not as good quality as the K Industries. So you're getting a better quality with the K Industries than you are the C Industries. Or C Product Defense, I'm sorry. And then, but out of my favorite, believe it or not, I never had a jam in this Diamondback. The Diamondback is one of my favorite ARs. It is the favorite AR that I have. And compared to this Stag, just these two, I'm not going to bring any more into the picture here. There's ABC Rifling Company that I have, which is really super nice AR. Don't get me wrong, compare the ABC Rifling Company and the Diamondback, they're super close on value and super close on performance, quality, and etc. But now the Diamondback I like, and the reason why I like it, number one, I've never had any problems with it. Secondly, it's lighter than the Stag. It's much lighter than the Stag. Now I cannot tell you how much lighter because I don't have a scale with me, but it's just a great quality AR-15. These have gone up quite a bit. I think this originally came out with $499, and I think they're like $899 now or more. And these are like $900, $1,000, $1,300 if you get a good quality Stag. So they are going up in price because of the people going out buying all these pistols and rifles and stuff, and they're just not there right now, so they're not getting them in, and gun shops are running out. But again, if you just want, you're not in the military, you're not using this thing every single day. I mean, if there's zombies out there every day, probably go with this Stag, for the performance and the quality. But again, you need a gunsling for the weight to keep it over your shoulder. But if you use it periodically and you don't want all the weight and you want the performance and the quality, I would highly recommend a Diamondback AR-15. And again, you're getting a stainless steel barrel, which is a lighter barrel than the heavy steel barrel, So, two different comparisons, two different ARs, two different reasons why you want either or. So, and then you just got the simple flip-up sights. That's all you need. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need any red dots. I mean, if you wanted to add a red dot on there, you could. But, it's just as good with the flip-ups. You sight those flip-up sights in, and you could do well, and you practice once or twice a week, you could do really well. So, it's all you need as a civilian. And again, if you're not in the military. But if you want to spend, substantial more money on a heavy-duty AR that's going to last you a lifetime or more, of course, get a Stag or a Colt or whatever. But other than that, this will last you a lifetime too. But maybe you might have a couple little problems in the future depending on how much you use it. And you could put a new trigger system in, do the trigger a little bit better. But other than that, I love this rifle. This rifle is just beautiful because it really shoots nice. It's not as tight, so when you look at the Diamondback, the quality of it, as you can see here, where it meets the receiver, where the upper receiver meets the lower receiver, and then you look at the Stag, it actually sets in tighter, and the workmanship is a little bit better on the Stag. So let me get a little close on this. And then your dust guard, your flap, and well, that's right, I got that cocked, that's right. And then your trigger, your basic trigger system in the Stag is better than this. So, but again, it's your choice what you want. And there's the DB Diamondback. I just want to get a little closer here for you so you can see. And this is a little wider forearm, than this one here. This is a little thinner, as you can see here. See how thin that is? And then when you compare the Stag, see how wider that is. So again, this is an easy takeoff. So compared to this one here. This is a little bit less work to remove this, but and then of course believe it or not, what I like about this is you could tighten up this screw for this adjustable stock, so you don't have any movement. This is very, very tight, you know, and then to loosen it, you push that down and you can push it back and forth. So you don't want to over tighten this, because then you won't be able to move it back and forth. This one doesn't have it, as you can see, but look at the movement. See the movement on it? And this is on the Stag arms. So being that it's on the Stag arms, I don't like this particular adjustable stock, because when you're shooting, that could cause you a little bit off on your target. See? Now you can adjust it all the way like that, and it still moves. See? Still moves. And this one doesn't. Okay? There's no movement on this. It's very, very tight. Now this is just a little bit tight. I got to loosen that up. But other than that, this releases it and then push it forward or back. Okay? Again, these are not loaded. Just wanted to let you know. And then if you want to make this a little bit better, you could do a little bit better charging handle, like I said, or, you know, if you want. You could do a little bit better trigger system if you want. And the stock I like, so you don't really have to do a better job on the stock. And this is called a Rogers Super Stock. So I do like that, the Rogers Super Stock. It's really nice. Sometimes this screw comes a little bit loose, and you might have to tighten that a little bit more. So, but it's better than this stock, which is the Moog. This is, what is it? 1LX50. Let me say, made in USA. I don't like this stock. You can have it. This stock I just don't like. It does have a little butt pad or rubber, which is the only thing I do like about it compared to this one here. I mean, this, I guess it's rubber. Yeah, this is rubber. I thought it was plastic. So this does have a rubber butt pad, but this one has a smoother one, which is a little bit softer, and the other one had little diamond cutouts. So, all right, there you go. This is a Stag 15. This is quite a few years ago. This is one of the originals that came out. It's in excellent condition. Very, very few rounds in it. Heavy duty barrel. Heavy AR. This is the AR-15 of the Diamondback. It's called DB-15. This is the one I really super like out of all mine. And I think I have 4 or 5 of them. So it's just a really cool AR, and it handles extremely well. There you go. Good luck. Stay safe.